The Frequency Architects by Edward Francis Hawke. In the year 2050, the world was a tapestry of technological marvels and social decay, woven together by the invisible threads of power and control. At the heart of this intricate web were the actuaries, unsung masterminds, whose true influence stretched far beyond their public roles in insurance and finance. They were the frequency architects, the shadowy figures behind a grand design to manipulate humanity itself. Dr. Evelyn Hartley was one of these architects. By day, she was a respected actuary, but her real work began in the underground labs of Qantas Corporation. Here, alongside marketers, economists, statisticians, nutritionists, psychologists, legislators, and AI developers, she crafted scenarios to ensure a meticulously controlled future. The project, codenamed Harmonia, aimed to manipulate human behavior through a sophisticated combination of frequency modulation, diet, and environmental design. The architects believed that by controlling these elements, they could maintain societal order and economic stability. It all began with the discovery of the power of frequencies. Scientists found that different frequencies could alter human states. Higher frequencies fostered creativity, happiness, and clarity, while lower frequencies induced complacency, fear, and obedience. Dr. Hartley's team developed technology to emit these frequencies subtly through everyday devices, phones, televisions, even the electrical grid. Gluten, a staple in the global diet, was found to amplify suggestibility and lethargy. Processed foods laden with sugars and unhealthy fats became ubiquitous. Meanwhile, high-frequency foods, organic produce, whole grains were marketed as elite, accessible only to the wealthy and those in power. To integrate these elements seamlessly into society, they enlisted the help of marketers and AI. Predictive algorithms analyzed vast data sets to tailor individual experiences, ensuring that every person was exposed to the right combination of frequencies, foods, and media to shape their behavior. The entertainment industry, driven by AI-generated content, became a tool of distraction, flooding the public with mind-numbing shows and social media, keeping critical thinking at bay. Legislators, swayed by economic incentives and subtle manipulations, passed laws that reinforced this system. Subsidies for GMO crops and processed food companies ensured their dominance. Regulations on natural foods became stricter, driving up prices and pushing them out of reach for the average person. As the world fell into a rhythm of engineered complacency, a few began to notice the cracks. Among them was Julian Stone, a former journalist turned conspiracy theorist. He had spent years investigating the influence of big corporations on public health and policy. His latest lead pointed to Qantas Corporation and their mysterious underground activities. Julian's breakthrough came when he managed to intercept a communication between Dr. Hartley and her team. The message was cryptic but revealing, a detailed plan to roll out a new phase of Harmonia, one that would deepen their control. He knew he had to act quickly. Teaming up with a group of renegade hackers and underground activists, Julian devised a plan to expose Harmonia. They infiltrated Qantas's servers, gathering evidence of the frequency architect's manipulations. The data was damning. Records of frequency experiments, GMO engineering logs, AI algorithms tailored for behavioral control, and legislative bribes. On a cold November night, they launched their attack. Julian and his team broadcasted the evidence worldwide, using the same frequency modulation technology against its creators. The message was clear and urgent. Humanity was being controlled, manipulated like marionettes on invisible strings. The revelation hit society like a seismic wave. Protests erupted globally, people demanding an end to the manipulation. Governments were forced to respond. The architects of Harmonia were exposed, their intricate web of control unraveling under the scrutiny of an awakened populace. Dr. Hartley, facing arrest and public disgrace, watched as the world she had helped shape began to collapse. She had believed in the necessity of control, in the idea that stability required sacrifice. But as she saw people reclaiming their autonomy, fighting for a future free of unseen hands, she couldn't help but feel a pang of regret. In the aftermath, new movements arose, advocating for transparency, natural living, and the dismantling of the systems of control. Humanity, though scarred, began to heal, striving for a world where freedom and authenticity could thrive. Julian, now a celebrated hero, continued his work, driven by a new mission: to ensure that the lessons of the past would never be forgotten, and that the strings of control would never again ensnare the human spirit.